episodes now streaming on Hulu.
David Muir, the most trusted anchor in America, the most watched anchor in America. Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir the #1 newscast in America.
Time and temperature, brought to you by your local Honda dealer.
Now on News Channel 6 at 11, community members coming together to discuss civil rights after a recent Supreme Court ruling. We'll hear from some who were there. Plus, special legislative sessions have been called in both Georgia and South Carolina. We have reaction from lawmakers on both sides. And a gruesome discovery in Barnwell County leads to a major development in a years-long missing persons case. Your news at 11 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with prosecutors. Time now for a first check of the weather. Here's our chief meteorologist, Jenna Petroni.
Well, it's a nice dry night, but becoming pretty chilly out there as we start out with our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam from Wellstar MCG Health. Nice clear skies today. It was a bit breezy, but now the winds have settled down. Temperatures were only 3 degrees off from average today. We started out at 56. And then we had a high of 83 degrees, and currently temperatures are sitting anywhere from just a couple degrees cooler to up to close to 10 degrees cooler than this time yesterday, putting us in the upper 50s to mid 60s. So at 59 in Augusta, 61 in Aiken, Gibson, you're at 63, 64 in Sandersville, and still at 65 in Edgefield, where it's a little bit breezier. So wherever we still have a bit of a wind gust, that's going to keep the temperatures a little warmer for now, and when the winds settle down, that will allow for that strong radiational cooling, and that will cause the temperatures to drop down to the upper 40s tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So a very chilly start to our Friday, but warming up nicely in the afternoon, highs in the low 80s again. Then we're climbing up from there. Eventually, we will hit the 90-degree mark on Sunday, and I'll have a look at how long the 90s will last coming up. But back to you, Jenny.
All right, Jenna, thank you. Concerned Augusta voters met tonight.
Quiet weather continues, but we are going to be tracking some hotter temperatures just in time for the weekend, and eventually we could see some rain back in the forecast. I'll have all the details when we return.
This show is wonderful.
Unfortunately, out-of-state special interests are waging a partisan attack against our non-partisan Supreme Court. Judges are not supposed to be politicians. I'm Justice Sarah Warren, and I'll always uphold my oath to make decisions based on the facts and the law, not on politics. Because Georgians deserve a fair and impartial court in every case. Our system of government collapses without it. I'm Justice Sarah Warren, and I'm asking for your vote.
Drivebaby.com. Click, click.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back and happy Friday Eve. It is a cool Thursday night as we start out with our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam over in Thompson, Georgia. Nice clear skies. Winds have settled down, at least in Augusta, but like I mentioned at the top of the show, we are still seeing those occasional wind gusts up to around 20 miles per hour. Because the winds are calmer in Augusta, that's why we're already down in the 50s. So some places are in the mid 60s right now, but all of us under some very dry air. And you can see with high pressure moving in, that's going to keep us very dry over the next couple of days as well. A cold front moved off the coast last night, and that's what's bringing us the dry air behind it and also the breezy wind. So water vapor showing this orange color, indicating very low relative humidity and around the CSRA. Like I mentioned, we are on the cooler side, even down to 55 up in North Carolina, but it is so much warmer to the west of us, still in the 80s, even at the 10 o'clock hour Central Time there in Texas. So the warmth is going to continue to move into our direction, but tomorrow the temperatures will be similar to where they were today, maybe even a couple degrees cooler, with winds still coming out of the north in the first half of the day. Then once the winds come out of the southwest, that's going to warm us up in time for the weekend. And we have Armed Forces Day with thunder over Evans taking place on Saturday. Gates open at 3:30. Here's your forecast. It's going to be hot around that time, 88 degrees. And notice the low temperatures are getting much warmer as well. So from 49 tonight to around 61 on your Saturday morning. So here's our future cast. This is tomorrow at 6 a.m. Like I mentioned, winds still coming out of the north, but then as high pressure moves out, We start to see the south wind coming in. That's going to warm us up for Saturday. Most of the weekend will be sunny, but we will have some clouds at times, especially Saturday night into Sunday. And the clouds will also play a key factor in that forecast, keeping the overnight low temperatures a bit warmer. But look at these highs. It's going to be very consistent from around Saturday through this time next week, anywhere from around 88 to 90 degrees. But I know what we're all wondering, and that's when are we going to see rain? Now, every Thursday, our drought monitor updates. So here's the latest on that last week compared to this week. Overall, very similar, but you can see this one little area here. That's where we're seeing some improvement in southern Richmond and northern Burke counties. However, it's unfortunate that it's going to be dry again over the next several days. But this particular area where you're seeing the green, that shows where we've actually picked up a normal amount of rainfall so far for the month, with around 2 inches in Augusta, but some places have been much drier than that. Eventually, we will have around a 20 to 30% chance of rain starting throughout the middle to end of next week. And temperatures will cool down just a hair, but overall staying in the mid to upper 80s. And once again, we will have a couple days hitting the 90-degree mark.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jenna. A recently discovered asteroid is back with a story about a diamond known as Ocean's Dream selling at auction for an astonishing amount. We'll tell you about the record-breaking number when we come back.
After 33...
To Marriott at the Convention Center. Tickets at DinosaurAdventure.com.
Here is one more look at our 10-day forecast. Lots of sunshine to enjoy Friday and Saturday. Temperatures are in the 80s still for highs. We're going to have a chilly start tomorrow, 49, so be sure to wear a jacket if you're headed out the door early. But then those low temperatures climb into the low 60s this weekend, hitting 90 Sunday afternoon. We will stay dry and mostly sunny early next week, and then we'll see some slight rain chances to end next week.
At 5.5 carats, it is considered the largest blue-green diamond known to exist. It was found in Central Africa in the 1990s. Christie's sold the gem yesterday to a private client. When it went up for auction, it took only about 20 minutes to sell, indicating interest was high. Christie said the $17 million sale price is a record for a stone of its kind sold at auction. It is gorgeous.
The
Wow.
first thing I thought is that you
Beautiful.
have a beautiful pink ring.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, when I wear my little, more like 17 probably. But that is our report for now, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you download our mobile app for breaking news and weather.
Hey, CSRA.